Hello and welcome to the Amateur Football YouTube channel. This is what I'm going to call unhinged. Unhinged because I have people on the panel who have unhinged opinions, and when these guys get together, it's absolutely fire. But you know what? Let's go straight into it. The first person I would like to introduce is the London FA Cup competition king, Jamal. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, all good. How we doing?
Yes, I am well. I am well. The next person, one of the angriest men in Saturday League football, aka Black Klopp, Paul Barrett. How you doing, sir?
Hello, people. Hello, my fans. Hello, my world.
The next person, one of the smoothest talkers in Vets football. He like may look like a cuddly bear, but trust me, he's got claws like an eagle. Ray, how you doing, sir?
I'm well, thank you. Very well.
And last but no means least, the level 5 referee, the Ghanaian giant, one of the best centre backs I've ever played with, and that's a lie. Nana, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. You better watch it to me, yeah?
Oh, great stuff. And again, guys,
can I just ask, next time when you announce me, can you not put the word cuddly in? Can you also put penalty king in, please?
Oh, okay, all right, okay, cool. Well, guys, again, this is so. Let me say from the get-go, this episode is sponsored by the London FA Cup competition and cup competitions, and also the Independent FC Vets as part of Independent FC. So, guys, thank you so much, and literally all of the links are literally in this video in the description. So please go and click, and again, go and support. And this is going to be an ongoing thing. If like people are kind of looking to play vets football, come and click the link. And also open age football, go and see what Independent are about. And also all of the London FA Cup competitions, go and click the link. You have everything there, everything that you need to know.
Also,
go on then, Ray.
No, I'm saying and kids football. That's the main bread and butter of Independent FC is youth football. So yeah, definitely come and check us out.
There you go. And again, if you can want all of the information about all of the London FA Cup competitions, please click the link. Thank you for the people who are already chiming in already. It's amazing. But you know what? Let's go straight into it. And again, I just kind of want to kind of make this clear. None of the panelists have seen the bullet points, but they only know that we're going to be talking about the Premier League. So everyone's opinion is organic. There's literally like nothing staged. There's like nothing scripted. Whatever says goes. So yeah, we are talking about the Premier League. And let me go to Nana first with the first question. COVID. Should the Premier League take a break? I would love your opinion.
Absolutely not. Football embodies a lot of things that some people just cannot do without. COVID will always be there until the vaccine rollout or a cure is found. But football does a lot, from youth all the way to the elite level. And some people, their world is just about sitting on the sofa on a Saturday afternoon, on a Tuesday or Thursday night, for those in the Europa League, just to watch football, just to de-stress, something on their mind. And that's what football is about. So COVID or no COVID, I don't think the Premier League should be suspended at all. They are doing, I think, 2 tests per week, and when I think basically are putting all the necessary steps in place to make sure that it's as safe as possible so they can carry on. So I don't see why I should take any sort of break.
Okay, cool. Jamal, I would love to get your opinion.
At this stage, no. I think what should take place is if a certain percentage of players and Premier League staff are infected with coronavirus, then I think that's the only case that should take a break. As of right now, we have to be very careful of balancing what Nana just said, which is the importance of being able to watch Premier League football means to everyone, and making sure that we don't give off this sort of message that sort of making money and fulfilling contracts is more important than health and safety. So as long as we keep that balance, yes, coronavirus infections are going up, even in the Premier League, but I don't think it's at a level now where we should definitely take a break. But it should definitely be considered. This should be a weekly or every few days there should be a review, and I assume there is. And saying how many infections. Okay, this is the number. Okay, only 2% of players and staff are infected, so we'll keep going. But at this point, to answer your question, no, I don't think we should take a break. There's not enough time. There's too much football right now, so we have to keep going. And a break would really clog up the fixtures even more.
Okay. And Paul, could you please put in your input?
I think it should. I think it should take a break. You got teams. Aston Villa for a start, whole squads, and they're, as Nana said, they're being tested twice a week, and even they are getting it. Right? You've got idiots like Mendy, the Chelsea player, flying in girls from Greece. Second offence now. These people aren't taking it they're taking it for a joke, Dread. I mean, they're taking it for a joke. The season's already messed up. So I think we should take a break and reevaluate it. Season's already messed up. Take a break, reevaluate it. Because the players are taking it for a joke. How do you expect the public to? I mean, the public are already getting tired of it. Already. Come March, it's a year. You know what I mean? Sorry, take a break.
And Ray?
You see, I would be inclined to agree with Jamal. I think at this moment in time, I would say no, but I think we're dangerously close to that point. You only have to look at the FA Cup game between Spurs and is it Marine, where there were like over 100, from what I could see, over 100 people in the street gathered to welcome the teams to the game, and the police blatantly just lied and said there was only a limited number of people and they were respecting social distancing. I mean, they were gathered tight-knit like any other Saturday. And I think what we're getting to a point, or what football's getting to a point where it's becoming dangerously arrogant, thinking that 2 tests a week can justify keep going. Football operates within society, and the virus is growing way too quickly. And I think it shows a level of arrogance if they think that they can carry on going while society is climbing at the rate it is. So I think there's going to come a point very soon where I think they're going to have to take a break. The moral thing to do for me is to take a break, but then I do hear the whole well-being and people's mindset. But we have to understand not everyone enjoys football. So we're speaking for a small percentage of the population that love football. You've got other people that don't like football, that couldn't give a damn whether it continues or not. So I think we have to keep that in mind and take stock rather than just be arrogant and say football is the savior to everything. So, no, I'm very much on the fence on this one. I can understand fully if they stop it. I don't want it to stop, but yeah, it's dangerously close. And I mean, weeks away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we are, and again, going like probably back to Paul's opinion about stopping it. If we stop the Premier League, then we are hurting people's pockets, right? And and like the powers that be, it really just comes down to money. So stopping it, I mean, why? Literally, why like should we stop it if it's going to be hurting people's pockets?
Who's earning right now? There's no gate receipt. There's no money coming in from people who run businesses off of it, or not much, I should say, not none. But you've got people who used to go out there and sell merchandise. You have that economy that's not getting any money. The only people who are making money is the TV companies, really.
Okay, no, fair point.
Could I add? I mean, even if you put the money situation aside, when it does come to football and at the moment the whole nation is shut down. There's and they are shut down as per the statistics that are provided in terms of the rising cases in COVID-19, and it's shut down the country is shut down for a reason. And the same applies to football. If the numbers keep going up, then we stop it, because then that means that it's not working. It means that people are not following particular guidelines. But if it is working, I mean, Premier League, a squad of 32, 35, there's so many players in a whole team, in a whole club. So I think Aston Villa versus Liverpool, the Villa squad was very, very depleted, but they still managed to fill the team.
No, they didn't. They put the kids in.
Yeah, they filled it. Listen, I said they managed to field a team.
Yeah, but that's
they fielded a team, not a first team. Not a first team squad.
Not a first team, but they still fielded a team. I'm saying that if the figures go higher up, it could have happened to United. It could have happened to Liverpool.
Of course, and that's why.
And I'm saying yes.
I think we are getting to that point where you're going to need a shutdown.
That's when the numbers go up, I believe. I think that at the moment we are fine. If it goes up, it means that they are not following the rules and regulations which have been set aside.
No, they're not. We know
they're not. They're not.
But the numbers are not that bad. Everything we are doing right now in terms of COVID, we are going by the numbers, aren't we? We went to tier 4, we went to national level, we went to tier 2, so on and so forth.
Government.
No,
but the Premier League have the power to stop based on their own numbers. The government have allowed them to continue because a lot of the
government has the power to shut the Premier League down.
Yes, but the people
so then there's no point
making money now have a lot more influence than you or I. So the government's gonna take a very much more open view, because they know the people whose money will be affected pay large amounts of money to their campaigns, as it were.
I agree, but I'm saying that the government can shut down the Premier League tomorrow if in that same vein. I'm saying
that they haven't, and
they can only shut it if they feel that the numbers are so high that it's dangerous to the welfare of the national populace. Is that simple? If the numbers, if for a squad of 18 players you say or 10 or 11 have got COVID, that's not safe.
But we've had that.
We've had that in the first lockdown.
No,
we've had that
right now. We had that now.
I'm saying
the team. That's why
not 10 out of 18.
So how many of the Man City club, when they had to cancel the Man City game? How many of the Aston Villa had it?
And the Derby game as well. Who did Derby? Who did Derby play?
That, but the Man City, I don't know, Jamal. Do you know what the guidelines are for how many players? I think it was 5. If 5 players test positive, I'm not absolutely sure. I saw it somewhere, but I think if it's 5, then the game doesn't go on. I'm not sure. I have to double check this.
That's the issue, because if I'm running the Premier League as a competition, I would be treating, in terms of teams being fielded, I'd be treating a COVID infection the same as an injury. And if you have 7 or 8 injuries, if you have 7 or 8 torn ACLs, you would never say, "Oh, can we reschedule the fixture?"
Thanks.
And so that have to play on. And even though we have to be careful, and this is why this is a good debate, we have to be careful, because I don't want to see an Aston Villa situation 6 more times before the end of the season. Okay, if it happens once or twice, cool, that's fine. And yeah, great, the boy Barry who scored a goal and everyone's happy, that's great. But I don't pay my money for Sky to watch, 17-year-olds, play because there's no one else to play. If he's good enough to get into the team. And he plays Wayne Rooney, Theo Walcott, fine, but not being forced in because everybody else is, coughing up a lung. That's not what I want to see. So if it's not going to happen every week or even every month, fine. If it's happening every fortnight and, 10 infections, 12 infections, 15 infections in one club, then, we're going to have to go with Paul's opinion there. I mean, the numbers...
That's exactly what I'm saying. If the numbers go up, then yes, we shut it down. But if the numbers are okay at the moment, there's no need to shut it down.
Yeah, things are manageable now. But, if we're going to say we're not going to stop the show must go on, then the show must go on. If you have 28 infections, boy, you better play the under 18s, under 16s. The show's going to go on. It will be interesting if somehow there are widespread infections between the first team, the under 23s, and the under 18s, and they literally physically cannot field 11 or more players who are eligible to play in the first team. If we came to that extreme,
is that what happened at Man City?
One, bang, you pause the Premier League. Sky has to then not charge anyone for subscriptions. Lord knows the effect that will have on jobs and furlough. It affects
them. Do that. They didn't do that last time.
Those kind of things. You have to think about all those things. Yeah, they did. They did during the first lockdown.
What? Sky refunded people's subscriptions?
No, they didn't charge you fully. So they didn't charge for several.
I don't know about that.
They didn't charge me fully. So I won't say how much I pay because I pay a ridiculous amount. But yeah, I think it's almost 60%. They charge me 60% less.
Okay. But then, my question is then, for the Man City game, how did that get cancelled? If they obviously couldn't field the team and the Premier League allowed them to cancel the game. So how did that happen?
Exactly.
So, Jamal, hold on, wait. Sorry. Before you kind of answer that question, I have one comment from Hetman Security. Great to see you guys back on the show. And also as well, I have the special guest that I was talking to you guys about. This guy is a football influencer. This guy knows football all across the world, and it's an absolute honor and pleasure for me to have this guy on this platform. He goes by the name of Double H. How are you doing, sir?
Hi guys, what's up? Hi. What up?
Good stuff. Could you kind of give everyone just a kind of quick blurb in terms of what you do? And just a kind of quick blurb, please.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, I sort of preview and review like the major football games that happen. So focusing mainly on like Champions League, World Cup, Euros, Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga. Talk about football stories, football theories, football insights, and so forth. So really, it's like a footballing channel that sort of celebrates football in the global term, and I just think that, when I did it, like there wasn't really a space or a voice for people talking about the Champions League, talking about the best football players, talking about or reviewing or dissecting the best teams and reviewing the biggest games, so really like my focus is really on that, and also especially with people specifically on social media that just sort of like say things without thinking. I try and feel like if I try and just give like a footballing truth that is needed for some people, whether you like it or you don't like it, it is the truth. So I just try and spread what I feel are the right things to do with this very complicated, beautiful sport that they call football.
Oh, brilliant. But you know what? You've literally joined a panel of lions. So be prepared to be torn either to pieces or to literally stand up and actually give. And just to be brave and just say exactly what you have to say. But going back to Ray's question to Jamal, could you kind of please answer that?
I think one thing that I'm still trying to get my head around with what Ray is discussing with the cancellation of the Man City, was it the Man City Everton game? I think it was. I think they were waiting for test results to come back, and they didn't come back until a few hours before kickoff. Whereas with the Aston Villa match, I think there were positive cases, 48 hours before the kickoff. So they had enough time to adjust and then select a different team to field against Liverpool. That's my understanding of it. But yeah, we definitely should be. Well, this sort of thing might happen more often, so we all should be definitely a bit more abreast to what it is.
And Double H, what's your opinion? Should the Premier League take a break because of COVID?
It's a difficult one, and I think that the Premier League, they have to pretty much decide when enough is enough. Because look, whatever happens, whether you want to put an asterisk on the Premier League winners or whether you want to say that whoever wins the Premier League, it's something special. It is what it is. This is unlike any other season, even more so than last season. Because when you just look at the amount of games that people have in hand, the amounts of people that people have missing due to COVID, if the season ends, whoever wins this season, it has to be probably one of they have to be one of the most worthy winners of a league title in a long time because everybody has suffered. But my thing about it is there's so much money on the line. And the Premier League are going to keep on pushing it until the very, very last bit. But I think, because I was just hearing what you guys were saying. If it goes to a point where for multiple weeks, guys can hardly field a team and they're fielding in youth players, it is what it is. Because also what complicates things is the Euros. Because Chefrin ain't going to move. They already delayed it a year right now. So those guys know the Euros is happening in the summer. So we're not going to give you June, July, or anything extra to do the Euros. So if you want to take a break, you better figure it out because the Euros is happening and we are not giving any space for you guys to have any extra Premier League games in June and July because that is saved for the Euros because they already lost a lot of money having to postpone it. So it's a very difficult situation. So if you're saying for me, I think it's down to how extreme it gets. But it's one of those things of because of the Euros, I do think that for the Premier League, it's going to be a case of where, look, guys, we just have to just play it. We just have to just go. Because if you now don't go and you don't play it, you're going to have a truncated season. Because where are the months and where is the time to play these games if Chefrin is saying, no, the Euros are starting on this date? Because remember, you need like a 2-week period of the countries to be together with their guys before it even starts. So it gives you even less time to say. And also remember, they also have Champions League fixtures as well. So it's going to be interesting. What will be interesting is if the COVID rates cases really rise, multiple teams can't field a proper team, then it's like the Premier League may have to now think 4-dimensionally and say, guys, we're going to have to do like a 34-game season. It is what it is.
Well, the thing is, though, I mean, we have to remember, COVID-19 is a global pandemic. It's a global situation. And what's surprising to me was in America, with the NBA, they put all of the players in the bubble. And I'm just really surprised that the Premier League either I have no proof that they haven't considered it, but I'm surprised they haven't done it because that would be the only way forward. The fact that Premier League players are playing and then going back home and playing and they're going home to people who are mixing.
Yeah.
It's
Traveling
just like
as well. Traveling as well.
And the traveling. Well, I would expect the traveling to be secure because that would be mostly in a plane of just themselves. So the minimal mixing with the pilot and the flight attendants and the coach drivers should be quite minimal.
But the point that Adam Silver and the beauty of the bubble is you are stuck in one place. Even when you travel, because remember, we are dealing with very small particles. Maybe it's a hand railing you touch. Maybe it's a seat that you touch. Maybe someone coughed, wipes it, like that, and without you knowing, But if you're in a bubble, remember, in the NBA, those cleaners, every single day, they wipe down everywhere. They're not going to do that on a tarmac, on a pavement, on a hand railing, and so forth. And it's just things that you can just easily touch as you're traveling from one place to another. So
I mean, listen, for any virus or bacteria or pathogen, you can never fully control it. All you can do is minimize the chance of it. And if you put it in a bubble, you do minimize it. I mean, the NBA were able to stop COVID transmissions for several weeks.
There were no cases.
But I mean, in the end, it was still possible. It's just they just reduced it by so much. There were none. But the Premier League, and this is why I think Premier League should be taking a break. They just need to look at extra measures because I know Paul says he preferred things to take a break, but Paul also did mention players like Mendy who are showing a high amount of unprofessionalism and at just breaking the COVID rules. I think Jack Greenish did as well, and I think there's a few numbers, and I just think it needs to be taken a bit more serious. I know it's so difficult because we all just want to live our lives normally. I don't know one person who's enjoyed a lockdown. I know a lot of us have tried to make it positive. Oh, spend more time with the family. Let me take up cooking again, do more yard work, or take a course. You can try to make it as positive as you like. Lockdown's not good for anyone.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you for everyone that's literally put in their comments. The writer squad, good evening. It should take a break, but not null and void. And Luke Thomas has also come in. Should players not be receiving a ban or for like breaking COVID rules by the FA or Premier League as they do in Scotland?
Yes,
I agree.
I agree.
So, I mean, we got to be careful with what the standard we're setting. I mean, for Cavani to be suspended, and then for players to be breaking COVID rules to not be suspended, to me, that's a little bit of an imbalance. I think you have to suspend for both, because breaking COVID rules right now, I mean, no one who's broken COVID rules have been proven to go back to their squad and infect the whole squad. But it's not the point. It's the potential risk of infection. This is one of the most serious offenses. And
Jamal, you break them. Like Paul was saying earlier on, Mendy, he's been an absolute twat. You import girls from overseas,
Greece, from Greece.
Come on, and you are in the Premier League, and we are in tier 4 national lockdown, and you're doing this. This should be like.
I find it confusing because I keep telling
a proper games ban as well as a proper fine. If you have to shield or isolate for 2 weeks, then I think you should be fined for 2 weeks' wages. Simple.
Cool. Again, thank you for people who have actually come into the live room and literally hopped straight out. I'm not too sure why, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Please click the link and be part of this show. And again, thank you for everyone's opinions. The next comment, and you know what? I'm going to the self-entitled Black Klopp for this. Liverpool FC running out of petrol. Listen. They've literally lost a couple of games. The one against Southampton hurt. United are now level on points with a game in hand. Looking at Chelsea, looking at Leicester. So a question to you, Black Klopp. Are Liverpool just running out of ideas?
Running out of ideas?
Or just running out of petrol?
No. No. Everybody's running out of petrol. I mean, come on. No preseason, injuries, soft muscle tissue injuries. Come on, the season is a crazy season. And whoever wins the league this season, I salute them. If the season finishes, I salute them. Nah, Liverpool ain't running out. Every team has a dip. Man United had their dip. Now they come in strong. We're having a dip. Season, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So, nah. As long as you're there or thereabouts, you've got over Christmas periods, nah. We're getting our injuries back. Nah.
I mean,
I don't see it.
But again, like a question to you, Paul. Against Southampton, Jordan Henderson was playing centre back. That's don't you think Klopp is just running out of ideas in terms of how to kind of get the best out of his players?
I think that's a disgraceful question, and you should wash your mouth out. Klopp is running out of ideas. Are you mad? No,
I think
we've just had
crazy
injuries to one department. That's all. January window's here. Hopefully, we'll buy somebody to stop, for a stopgap. But it's just the way it is. I'm not blaming injuries, but Pickford, trust me, I better not know where you live. That's all I'm saying. I better not know where you live, Pickford. I mean, but we just had bad injuries like everybody else. We're having a dip, but we'll come strong again. We're there. We're at the top. Man United are behind us. We got to play them. So it's no problem. No problem. I'd prefer to be where we are than where Chelsea is. Put it that way.
Okay. Same question to Ray.
No. I just think they've failed to score in one game, and it's like anything. You can't win. You're not going to win every single game. We've just had a good run where we've capitalized on certain situations, and that's the end of that. I think it's all been blown out of proportion. The whole running out of petrol and all nonsense. I thought that when they lost their centre backs, they would be in problems. They've dealt with that very well, as far as I'm concerned. So, no, I don't see it as a problem.
Well, you know, as a kind of Man United fan, you like must be really, really happy in terms of the like form that you like guys are putting together right now.
I wouldn't call it form. I would just say at the end of the day, we've taken advantage of good situations. Man United aren't playing well by any stretch of the imagination, but we have done well in certain moments. I'm surprised where we are, and I'm happy where we are, but I'm not by any means fooled. United are still away behind Liverpool. And even if we go there and beat them next week, I still don't see us holding Liverpool off. I don't see the squad having that ability to hold them off. We're not playing well enough. The way we played against Man City shows that. I don't think United are there yet. We're just in a very good space because of the way our results have gone. I think even if you look at any of the games we've played, we haven't really blown anyone off the park. The Leeds game was just a freak because they keep coming. But other than that, we've nicked them by the odd goal, which you do need to win titles. And yeah, I mean, hey, if we're in this position come March, then I'll be all in. But there's a little way to go before we start preparing the bunting.
Okay, cool. Double H.
Look, as I said, like the Van Dijk Gomez thing was always going to harm Liverpool, but that's not really been the issue. And I don't think it's a case of them running out of petrol. I just think it's a case of they've not been able to put away their chances. If you put the West Brom game to one side and look at the Southampton game and the Newcastle game, these are amazing chances that they had, like really good chances. So you see, like a manager's job, I say a manager's job is always done when the team is creating chances. That's when he's done. Now you now have to take away the chances. My job as a manager is I have to set up a blueprint in order for you to create chances. I can't put that chance away for you on the pitch. Now that's down on you. Liverpool had really good chances. Those 1v1s, Salah puts those away. He puts those away. He's just not putting them away. And that is the difference between them winning the game and drawing to Newcastle and now losing. So, see, that's why it's a difficult one for Klopp, because what do you say? Like, if a team is playing badly or they're out of sorts, then you can be like, all right, let's rethink this, different formation. Let me come to you man to man. Let me give you a pep talk on something. But if the team is controlling the games, creating good opportunities, creating 1v1s, all you can say is, bro, I know how good you are, put it away. You know, like you can't go inside someone's body, but like, so it's down. So Klopp would just be like, for Salah and Mane, guys, if you don't put it away, United and Man City, these guys are going to catch up. So if you're not ruthless, we're going to lose the league, because City have totally, they've now flicked a switch, and now they're now back. And remember, they have Ruben Dias, who I think might be the difference for them this season. So for Liverpool, if they're not careful and they continue not being ruthless, Ruben Dias.
No, who that is.
No, Ruben Dias is the game changer for Pep. 100%. He's one of the best performing defenders right now.
Over what period?
Oh no, like in the last month or so, last month, 2
That
months.
makes
So like
him a game changer because he's had a good month.
Ruben Dias is the key for Man City. A team that is so attacking and always make defensive mistakes. Ruben Dias is the key for Man City.
So De Bruyne isn't the jewel in the crown. De Bruyne isn't
the same De Bruyne that has flopped in many CL games. The same De Bruyne that's flopped in a World Cup semi. Has De Bruyne ever been to a World Cup final? Has De Bruyne ever been to a Champions League final?
Ruben Dias.
What's that got?
He just got here. De Bruyne has had multiple. De Bruyne has had multiple opportunities and flopped.
Like he's the best defender ever. Like he's man.
If De Bruyne was so good, why hasn't he led Man City to a Champions League final? If he was so good, So he's maybe not as good as you think he is.
De Bruyne's proven. De Bruyne's
Proven what? That he can get knocked out in a CL quarterfinal.
This is crazy. This is crazy.
No.
This is
Ah,
crazy.
shit.
Let's guys, you know
What
what?
has De Bruyne proven?
This is crazy.
Guys, you know what? Let's not wait, hold on. Let's not stray away
Double H,
from
welcome to the Lions Den.
Wow.
welcome to the line then, Double H.
Wow.
Double H gave a pretty
A
decent
defender-
decent opinion, and Ray and Paul just beat him upside the head.
Come on, you said that's pretty decent. Ruben Diaz is
said
the key.
No, I
defender,
think
a
Double
defender
H's
that
point is
nobody knows.
he sees some potential in Ruben Diaz after the first month of several players, Bruno Fernandes, even Salah. The first month, people, they're gonna turn things around, you know. So Double H is just preempting that a little bit and saying he thinks Ruben Diaz is the key.
Guys,
you know?
guys, hold on. Let's
But at least let the man.
Let's move on.
let's kind of stick to the point. And you know what? We might have to kind of go into certain players that Double H actually rates, because I literally raised my eyebrows about that one. But you know what, Nana, what do you think about Liverpool's campaign so far?
One in the last 4 in the Premier League. I don't think they are running out of fuel. I don't think they're running out of petrol. But I think the players are performing. The key players are performing below average. I agree with Double H in terms of putting the chances away. They would be a lot further away from the pack, because the games which they played were, in theory, easy games for Liverpool, especially knowing what they can do. But I think it also comes down with injuries and strength in depth, because one player, believe it or not, can change the course of the entire season for you. Look at United and look at Bruno Fernandes. Look at Liverpool, then look at the absence of Van Dijk and look at what's done to them. It's just incredible. But strength in depth really, really matters. And I don't think Liverpool have the strength in depth. Even if their injured players come back, look at their bench with Origi and Shaqiri and they play some really good football. They are one of the best teams in the league. But I still don't think that they have good strength in depth.
Okay, question to you, Nana. Do you think Liverpool are going to win?
Can I ask you? No. Can I ask you? Aye.
Okay, go on.
You ask or you shut it. Tobias, go ahead.
I mean,
you know what?
What squad did we have last season?
You know your squad. What are you asking me?
Yeah, but you're saying that our squad. What did we win last season?
Listen. It's been if you look at like these top teams, they improve every single season in terms of the additions to the squad. Now, what's the guy's name from? Was it Ajax that you bought? You added Thiago Alcantara.
Yeah.
You added and another guy from the Eredivisie.
But is Thiago not an improvement?
No. Hang on. I'm just trying to list the players that they added to their squad. You added the guy from Wolves, Jota. And then there's another guy from the Eredivisie.
Jota.
No, that's from Wolves.
Jota.
That's from Wolves. That's a black guy from the Eredivisie that got added to the squad.
Who the hell are you talking about?
Who? No.
There's a midfielder who was added to Liverpool ranks.
Who is he? Who's he talking about?
The name will
Because
come
he
to
said
me.
Ajax. No, I don't think so. No.
Who you talking about right now?
No. He's been there for a while.
Naby Keita.
Why not?
Keita, that's the one.
Keita.
No, he's been there for ages.
But listen,
Yeah,
Leipzig. He was from Leipzig.
I'm talking about teams, the top teams building and adding good players to their squad.
Talking
In
about
terms of
research.
recruitment, the last 2 years, I don't think Liverpool has added, or even the last year alone, I don't think they've added players to their squad that can make them continue to be title challenges.
What about Thiago? What about Thiago?
You know
It's
what,
a good
Nana?
addition to the squad.
You know what, Nana? Hold
But
on. You know what?
Origi still there.
Nana, you know what? Listen, I gotta cut you off like exactly like I did to Double H when you're talking nonsense right now. You're talking
Yeah,
absolute
it's because you're a Liverpool fan.
you know.
And you have two central defenders injured, and you're struggling.
Struggling.
Yes, you're
How
struggling.
Come on, Liverpool
How are they
fan.
struggling? They're still top of the
You
league.
know what?
It's still
You're struggling.
They're still top of the league.
No, I think
struggling.
if anyone says
I
Liverpool,
was gonna say.
Paul, no, let Jamal.
Yeah,
Nana will
Jamal, go on, please.
okay, well,
Please.
listen, if
Yeah.
you're gonna ask me the question, are Liverpool running out of steam? Personally, if someone says yes, Liverpool shouldn't feel, any Liverpool fan shouldn't feel no way about that. You've won the league after a lifetime. You've been to, people keep forgetting, they've been to 2 Champions League finals in a row. You know, it's been a very, very difficult 2-3 seasons for Liverpool. Played in a lot of games. You know, both 2 of your star players are African, so a lot traveling to and from for World Cup qualifying. You know, so if Liverpool are running out of steam, fair enough. I mean, Liverpool have earned the right to say we've run out of steam, and you've lost arguably your best player in Van Dijk. And yeah, Liverpool have been struggling the past few games, but you know, every team goes through it, and they're struggling enough in the past few games anyway in terms of results for enough people to raise an eyebrow. I think Liverpool's main title challenges will be Manchester City. I don't think Manchester United are ready yet, but I've been wrong before. But you know, I still think Manchester City. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be looking at Manchester City's result every week rather than Manchester United's result. But if Liverpool are running out of petrol, it's pretty clear why. They've had a very successful 3 seasons, and you know how this game works. The more successful you are, the more games you play, and they could have made more additions, but they haven't yet. So I can't see where that is coming. But are they running out of steam? I think so. But you know, things can always pick back up.
Cool. And again, I will literally get back to you guys later on. I've got some people waiting to come on. First person to come on is Emeka. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. So what is your opinion about Liverpool's season thus far?
Well, I just can't believe what I'm hearing about people saying they've run out of petrol. I think if we go back to the start of the season, everyone knows, like, obviously with COVID, it was going to be like a really tough season for everyone. Like Double H said, like whoever wins the Premier League, like fair play to them, it's tough. So if you say to Klopp, right, Van Dijk's going to be out for the season, Thiago's going to be out for a long time, you're going to have all these people out missing, Gomez, and you know in January you're going to be top of the league. How they've done badly, I don't really understand how that's run out of steam. Like, yeah, as you said, back-to-back Champions League finals.
No, you have to understand it. You have to understand it. Anna said it, so you just avoid that.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Nobody on this platform has said Liverpool is running out of steam.
Yeah,
Get out of your thick head.
no, it doesn't.
Nobody has said that. Okay? Let's just make that clear. Nobody said that.
Oh, you
If
didn't
you
say
open your mouth and you want to touch it, nobody said that on this platform.
Okay.
No, that
All right,
Liverpool
okay.
are running out of steam.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, Emeka, carry on. Sorry, carry on. Apologies.
I mean, that's the way it's down. But yeah. Anyway, so for me, I feel
Thank
like
you.
when they had 99 points last season, the season before 97, you know, they've got points to work with anyway. And when you're losing the best centre half in the world, one of the best centre midfielders in the world, still top of the league, I think the way that I judge football is like it's an eye test. I don't really follow stats too much. And when I watch Liverpool, they create a lot of chances. As we said, they're not scoring. But as a manager, if you're going into games and you're battering the other team and you're just not taking your chances, it's not something that you're stressed about. You'll be stressed if you're more like a Chelsea situation where you're being outplayed in matches, not making chances, where you're like, okay, I actually need to change something. For Liverpool, you know, they could go on like a 10-game winning streak now and no one would bat an eyelid because they've been battering teams the whole season, in my opinion. But it's coming from an Arsenal fan, but, you know, we'll get there.
Wow. No.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You know what, Mecca?
Wow.
You know what,
the very first thing you said.
Wow. Man,
Well.
Arsenal fan come out of the rabbit hole, boy. Wow.
Thank you, Emeka. Please keep in the stream. We have someone called E. Let me add this person. E. Are you there? E? Hello, E. Woodmore? No.
In the same place as Nana.
So Double H, who do you think is going to win it then? If it's kind of not Liverpool, who else is going to be up there? Like you have said, Man City. You didn't say United.
I mean, it's I can tell you who's definitely won't win it, and that's Chelsea, because we've got the Mr. Actually, how real can we be on this show, or do we
can be
have
real?
to we be fully real?
Unhinged,
Okay,
unhinged.
Unhinged.
No, because again, like I said again, like, you know, Chelsea should have won the league this season based on people's injuries and the squad that they had. But Chelsea have a guy who has 1 year experience of managing in the Championship, Derby County, and you now have brainless Chelsea fans who believe that Lampard is the right man to take them forward because he was a great player. And I know you guys will know, because you guys are far more sensible. What these guys don't realize is that playing and managing are two different things. But for some of these weird Chelsea fans, they feel that because I saw a guy literally make a full thread on Twitter talking about how Tuchel and Nagelsmann can only dream of all the trophies Lampard has won. And that was an argument for how Lampard is a better manager than them. And you're just seeing just how Lampard is completely out of his depth and just doesn't know what the heck he's doing. He's just relying on individuals. Man City have got to be watched. And I will say it again. I know you don't like to hear it. Ruben Diaz has been the difference maker for Man City. These are the facts of life.
Are you his agent?
No. I'm giving you facts. No, because here's my thing. What has been Man City's Achilles heel?
De Bruyne isn't. Boy.
De Bruyne is a Champions League flop. He's never sniffed a Champions League. Has he ever sniffed a Champions League final? No. Who is this dude? He's alright. He's cool.
Or has Ruben Diaz sniffed a Champions League?
He just got here, and Ruben Diaz will help De Bruyne to a final that he's missed out on.
Where was he?
Crazy.
Where was what?
Absolute crazy.
Where was Ruben Diaz?
He was getting prepared to get signed for. Do you know this guy's young? He was getting prepared to get signed for Man City.
I don't know what that.
Wait, let me land. So as I was saying, Man City, their Achilles heel has always been getting beaten in the transition based on the defenders being poor positionally. You can see from Ruben Diaz that this guy's defensive awareness and so forth, because trust me, he's going to form a very key partnership with maybe Pepe at the Euros next summer, because trust me, he's going to be a very, very key defender for Portugal. So 100% he's very key for Man City. So City are a team to watch out for, especially if Liverpool drop points. United, they're not in the conversation.
Wow.
Because I'm not entertaining Ole Gunnar Solskjaer winning a Premier League title. I'm not even entertaining that.
Can we also have Double H back when the end of the season is?
I was just about to say that.
Thank you. I was just thinking the same.
He's already had an effect. He's already had an effect.
Guys, one at a time, please. One at a time.
Be careful. Double H might be right on this. I don't know if he will.
He might be right.
But if he is, we have to give him some credit.
It's too early. You can't.
It's too early, yeah. But
man, the savior, and he's had a good month.
Oh, so many players.
It's like he's already
Double H is only doing
13
what so many
games.
people have done before with so many other footballers. Chelsea fans, Ziyech is going to be the difference. Ziyech, we have Werner. You know, Bruno Fernandes, that guy. They said way before some of these guys even kicked the ball. Double H watched Ruben for a month, and he's saying, you know, he likes what he's seeing. He feels like Manchester City have an Achilles heel, and Ruben is the answer for that. Now, I don't know if that would be true, but I'm just saying, if you're going to criticize Double H, you have to criticize a lot of other people too, because they've called a lot of players saviors early as well.
Like that. There has to be an air of let's see what he's done. He's had a good month. Well done. But you can't now start. You're dismissing De Bruyne, who's proven.
I guess no.
I've got to take them on this, please. I've got to take them on this. This is really ridiculous.
Wait. Double H, you know, wait, hold on. Before we kind of go into a quick debate, I just want to thank everyone that's literally put their comments in. Security, Liverpool are still playing well, just unlucky about finishing. and they are still controlling games. Tyrone Roberts is probably to you, Double H. Ruben Diaz, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Quality.
And then
Quality player Tyrone Roberts. Quality player, mate. Tyrone Roberts.
And then Headband Security says Diaz does one slide tackle and now he's Rio Ferdinand.
No one said he was Rio. No one said he was Rio.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, and then Luke Thomas. How do you explain the lack of strength in depth, but yet they remain top of the table? And with such a decimated squads, literally the whole team has been injured at some point of the season. So again, he's like bigging up Liverpool. I think none of this was to you when like you were talking absolutely rubbish. Has he been drinking? You know what? Wow. He probably has.
Yes.
Yes. I need to take the referee though.
I need to take.
Wait, guys, hold on. Guys, you know what? Literally, I've got to respect the people that have been coming in. And Hepburn said Nana is getting a bit salty in here, which is probably true. And another one from
you mediator, or you are on. What are you doing?
Wait, hold on. And then Hepburn Security. I think he's been watching Diaz with those sunglasses on. So literally, Double H, you are being crucified right now. Please come back.
No. The thing about being right and the truth seeker is that it's a marathon, not a sprint. So at the end of the day, when I'm proven right, I'll just smile. So very briefly, back onto De Bruyne. You guys have waxed lyrical about De Bruyne that he's proven himself. What has this man proven, please? Oh, he won a PFA Player of the Year. Has this man ever played a Champions League final? Yes or no? Has he ever played a European final? Yes or no?
Guys, one at a time.
Wait, so it's just like saying Messi is not a good player because he hasn't taken Argentina.
One at a time. Nana, go on.
I'm saying it's just like Double H is saying it's just like saying Messi is not a good player because he hasn't taken Argentina anyway. That's absolutely rubbish. He's just got a month.
Messi is the greatest club player of all time. He's not a GOAT because he's not won the World Cup.
As per your argument about Kevin De Bruyne, he's proven in the Premier League. He's one of the best midfielders in the world.
Is the Premier League the elite competition? Is the Premier League the elite competition? Yes or no?
Seriously.
No, simple question.
Somebody's had 1 month.
Simple question. Can I ask a question?
And you're saying it's a key.
Can I ask a question? Is the Premier League the most elite competition in Europe? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's a simple yes or no. Can I get a yes or no answer, please?
No.
Some people say.
My dear friend, is the Premier League the most elite competition in Europe? Yes or no?
No, it's not.
What does that mean? So, him being the best in the Premier League, what the hell does that mean? It's about, can you do it in the most elite competition in the Champions League? And to this day, he's never played a Champions League final.
Wait, no. So then how can someone here and wax lyrical about Ruben Diaz by your own standards?
Thank you. Well, he's played for only 1 month.
Do you know, what did I say? Did I call Ruben Diaz Van Dijk? Did I call him Sergio Ramos?
What has Ruben Diaz done in the Champions League? By your own standard, please answer. What has he done?
No. Let me first say what I said about Ruben Diaz.
No, because
let me first say no.
Guys, one at a time. Ray,
can I answer? Can I please respond? So
Diaz is a nothing.
So basically, now that we know, okay, so basically, I said Ruben Diaz is going to be a difference maker. Hey, let me land. I
mean, wow.
I said that Ruben Diaz is going to be a difference maker for Man City. I never said he's Sergio Ramos. Hey, let me land. Please, I beg. Please, let me land.
Yes, you said he's the key.
I said he's a key and difference maker for Man City.
No, you said he's the key.
Yes.
Right.
That has nothing to do with him being Sergio Ramos or Van Dijk. That has nothing to do with him being a world-class defender.
He's world-class now.
I said this has nothing to do with him being a world-class defender.
He's world-class now. He's had a good month and he's world-class.
I never said it. Hey, I said that this guy is not world-class, my dear friend, man. Have people clean the wax out of their ears or something? Please clean the wax
Okay,
out of your
Double H,
ears.
can I ask you
Are
a
you
question?
talking to me?
No,
Ask me a question, Double H.
quickly. But let me just make this discussion. Let me just make this point real quick.
He's coming out with his madness.
Wait. Let me just make this point real quick.
I still haven't had a
Go on,
response.
Triple H, make this point quickly, please.
Okay, the point I said to myself is, you guys say Kevin De Bruyne is proven. You must have some very low standards, my dear friends.
Low
Because
standards?
how do you call? Hey, let me
Ray,
land,
hold
let
on,
me land.
hold on, Ray, hold on. Ray, no, Ray, no, Ray, listen, no.
Tabriz, use the mute button. Tabriz, that mute button is very powerful.
I want to respect everyone right now.
Don't worry.
Might as well just
Ray,
stop.
just let me
Wait,
finish.
hold on, guys.
No.
Listen. You know what,
He said
guys?
that.
Listen,
he said
wait.
that-
Look, Dan Eastman said there's
Tabriz.
too much talking at the
Yeah,
same
because
time.
Tabriz, you're
I want to
interrupting.
understand. Let me
on.
be the host. Like,
Hold on,
let me be the
hold
host.
on.
Wait.
Wait, let me just say this piece quickly. You've said that Kevin De Bruyne is not proven. So, Player of the Year, 2 Premiership titles, 4 League Cups, and you're telling me he's unproven.
Okay,
And he's
Ray.
one of the
Hold
main
on.
players.
Okay, hold on, Ray.
Yes, it's been here a month, and you're practically lauded him as Baresi.
Wait, hold on. You know what?
Can I
Again,
respond?
guys, you know what?
Hat is on too tight, or Tabrice's introduction was way too much for you.
Hold on, guys. You know what? I've had like a lot of comments saying, please, just one voice at a time. Double H, can you please finish your point?
So, before I was interrupted, let me finish my points right now. So, now we have silence. As I was saying, you must have some very low standards, because you talk about Kevin De Bruyne as he's world class, the best midfielder in the world. He's proven himself, because you have a very restricted point of view, because you fall victim of the Premier League being the center of the universe. Well done, congrats, you're the best in the Premier League. In the Champions League, the elite, where the big dogs play, the best of the best, it's called the Champions League. This isn't, I'm not seeing Burnley, I'm not seeing any of these teams. This is the very best of the best, and this man that you say is so good has never ever played a Champions League final while playing for one of the best managers in the world, allegedly, and a very expensively assembled team. I am sorry. I have to take away points from Kevin De Bruyne. That's a talented player, but my goodness, he doesn't have the heart of a champion, because when the going gets tough, does Kevin De Bruyne show up and deliver for Man City? No, he doesn't. Numerous times, De Bruyne, where are you? You don't show up.
Thank you for that. And again, before I move on to wait. Before I move on to my next point,
out of order here. So you've given this man
hold on.
and now you're moving on. Okay,
guys, hold on. Again, Luke Thomas, thank you. One voice. This is not a presidential debate. Ray, you will have your time. Trust me.
No, I don't want my time, because you're just giving this man carte blanche to talk a bag of nonsense, and then now you're not. Oh yeah, let's move on. Go on, next point.
And Emeka, who's actually still here, please name a better creative midfielder than De Bruyne. But you know what? Let's not go into that debate right now. Let's go to
name. Just the name. Let him name it. Just the name, not a speech. Just the name.
He comes from Argentina and he's quite small.
What?
He comes from Argentina. He's quite small. He doesn't have a World Cup though, or a Copa America, but he's pretty good though. He's pretty good.
This is the nonsense.
Tell us.
He's talking about Messi. Like that's got anything to do with this debate. You've gone to the top of the tree.
Okay. All right. So
said maybe a better player.
Guys. Okay. You know what? I think this point. The next point. I think this could definitely rile up a lot of people. And again, I would love to get Ray's opinion about this.
No, don't ask me my opinion. Move on to the next one.
Look, Ray, man, it is what it is. I am here to give you the truth. Accept the truth. It is what it is.
Move on to the next
you just have to accept the truth.
You are here to give
I'm here to
opinion.
educate you. No. I'm here to educate you guys.
What?
So
okay.
What's the next topic for me to educate this guys on? So.
All right, listen. The next point, and Ray, I will literally go straight to you.
No, don't come to me. Go
straight. Is Jack Grealish?
Go to the man with the glasses on.
No. You know what, Ray? I'm going straight to you.
No, you're not getting an answer from me. Because you think I didn't see what you done. So you give the man about 5 minutes to talk a bag of nonsense, and then you want to now come to me. Nah, move on. Go someone
All right,
else.
okay. You know what, Nana, I will start from you. Is Grealish the real deal?
Right. Never mind. Grealish is a fantastic player, but he's not there yet. He's had, I think, last season and this season he's been playing really, really well. He's had his call up in the English squad. I actually wouldn't mind him in the Man United squad. I think he'd be a good addition to the squad, but I think you need to give him a bit more time. Would you please shut it so that I can talk?
Guys, you know what? Don't let me start muting people. So, Nana, please.
Well, take
please
control of it then, yeah? About
Nana,
time. I think we need to give him some time to say he's a real deal, because some players come and after one season, that's it. You know, if anybody remembers this guy who used to play for Swansea, the left-footed forward, about 4 seasons ago.
Is it Lee Trundle?
Michu?
Say
No.
it.
Michu?
Oh, Michu.
That's the one.
Michu.
No, that's not Michu. That's not Michu. But he came like first 8-10 games, banging in goals for fun.
Yeah, Michu.
You know, everybody was looking at him. You know, this is the next big deal. What happened to him? Down the drain. Again, like I said, I think he will get there, because especially for doing that in the Villa team, if you pick him up from the Villa team and put him in a Man City team, a United team, an Arsenal team, how is he going to do? That's what we want to find out. So give him some time. You get there. But right now, I don't think he's there yet.
Okay. Jamal, I would look to get your opinion.
Yeah, Jack Grealish, I didn't really like him. I just felt typical overrated English player, low shin pads, silky hair, luxury, blah, blah, blah. But to be honest with you, over time, he's just really matured. The first touch is getting better. The decision-making is getting better. The passing is getting better. The creativity is getting better. I do think he's ready. I do think he can slip into any of the top teams and either hold his own or contribute to the team. I'm not going to say he can go into the Barcelona or the Man City or the Bayern Munich team and make them better, but I definitely think he can match the standard. I think he's just one of those players where he's just really good, and the potential hasn't even been fully realized yet. I think he is the real deal.
Okay, Paul.
Yeah, definitely the real deal. Definitely the real deal. I think in a better team, which he will move, he will get a move. I think he's something different in the English team. In the English team, he likes to be on the ball. He breaks lines. I think he's definitely the real deal. I mean, I would love him at Liverpool. I'm sure Man United would love him. You know what I mean? He would slip in Man City, Chelsea. Yeah, definitely the real deal.
Okay, cool. Double H.
So I'll just say, my dear friend to the left of me, is it Nana? My friend to the left.
What, as in wearing the red top?
Yes.
Yes, Nana.
Are you a Man United supporter? Who do you support, my dear friend?
United.
Oh,
Okay, thank
what?
you.
Yes, I didn't even know that. What?
Because my thing about it is that. So you said that you're not sure whether Grealish would fit into Man United's team so far.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. So get your words right.
Okay, what were your words, my dear friend?
I said I would not mind him in the Manchester United team.
You would not mind him. Okay, now let me correct you. You need Jack Grealish. And let me say, let me land. You need Jack Grealish. You are in no position to start saying, well, no, you need him. Because Paul Pogba is leaving to either Juventus or Real Madrid, and Bruno Fernandes ain't that great. His numbers, for me, I don't believe in his numbers. I believe in the eye test, and Bruno Fernandes, he ain't that dude. You need Grealish.
Wait,
so
are you high?
That is, hey, let me land.
Are you high?
So since that is
Bruno
sorted,
Fernandes' numbers is not that great. Are you high?
Can I continue? So now you need Grealish. So is he the real deal? Look, I've always said this about England. Lampard, Gerrard, Beckham, all flops. How many World Cups did these dudes have? All flops. They were only good because of the foreign players that they had at their clubs. World Cup, Euros, these guys, they're all messed up. International flops. Total international flops. So forget those dudes. Forget those dudes. Complete flops. Someone like a Jack Grealish. Someone like a Jack Grealish is a guy who actually has that sense. Is this guy who has that sense?
Hold on a moment.
No, I didn't stutter. Gerrard, Beckham, Lampard, flops. FLOPS. I didn't stutter.
Guys,
Can I land?
Wait.
Guys,
Order, please. Order. Okay, wait. You know, Ray, what is your opinion about what Double H has just said now?
I've said, I think it's madness. He's just about 10 minutes ago, he said, if you're proven in the Champions League, then you're a top player. He's just named 3 players who are all Champions League winners and called them flops. The man changed his side more than a flipping tennis game. He's like just jumping in there every time.
International, no. To Breeze, can I respond to that, please? So can I respond?
Okay, go ahead.
Ray, what did I say? I didn't call them flops. I call them international flops. Perennial international flops. Only
Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? Let's let them restore some order.
Let me just talk. Can I just make my points and you can go? Let me just make my points in peace, please. Thank you.
I thought you already made your point.
I'm not making my points.
All right. Okay, guys. You know what? Okay. Hold on.
Let me make my points.
Let Double H make his point. Or Triple H does his point.
So now, as I said again, international flops. These guys were all built off hype. We all thought there were these great things who could exist outside of their Chelsea and Liverpool. Once we actually saw them together, complete total flops. All built and they only lived off the hype of English press and media. Jack Grealish, I can already tell that he already has the psychology and the ability of a player who puts in those safe situations. You can give him the ball and it can make things happen. Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham, giving them the ball. They're not. What are these guys doing? Gerrard is a passion merchant. Lampard literally lived off and had auction based off the system, and that's how he scored goals. David Beckham is the most overrated football player of all time. That's a fact.
Okay, all right. Hold on.
No.
You know what?
Last thing.
No. Wait.
Grealish.
Wait. Let's not kind of like go away from the point where we're talking about Jack Grealish. Hold on. Sorry, Emeka is here. Emeka, what is your opinion about Jack Grealish and in terms of what people have been saying on this panel?
I think I forgot everything else that's been said after. I'm so lost. No, I don't really understand this whole international flop thing, because basically you're saying now that Jack Grealish is good, then you're saying like Gerrard and Beckham, all these guys are rubbish. How old's Grealish now? Like 24, 25?
Oh no, I am making a prediction that Grealish is going to succeed where those people failed.
I get what you're saying, but then what? Say he's like 24, 25 now. He's got 1 or 2 World Cups left to prove himself, in your opinion. So say he gets injured for a World Cup, then the next one he's too old. Other players that come through. That means now, like, there's just no chance you being a good footballer because you don't.
These are ifs and buts, though. But let's just say that he does make 2 World Cups and he's fit. I'm willing to bet with you that he's going to do more of those World Cups than what Gerrard, Lampard, and Beckham did combined.
No, because basically what you're saying is that he has to win the competition because.
No. He will perform better individually. Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham, they were useless. They were useless.
That you play better.
Eye test. From the eye test, he will do more at that tournament than those 3.
No one cares about your eye test.
Sorry, can I ask?
Yeah, history will show that David Beckham and Gerrard are going to be 10 times better player than what Grealish can ever achieve. It's too late for him already.
Because of their clubs. Because he benefited off the managers.
I want to ask him a question.
By himself, they did nothing.
So you're looking at World Cup performances and saying that Jack Grealish is going to be a superstar because you believe he's going to perform well, whereas Beckham, Lampard, and Gerrard were all flops at the World Cup.
Yes.
So can I ask, what has Messi done at the World Cup?
But we're not talking about Messi. We're talking about
Grealish. No.
listen, you know
I agree with Ray on that one.
you know what? Let's please keep to the topic.
You give me a long room. I mean, if that's everybody's question is, I want to ask something. You tell the person to move on.
Emeka, thank you again. Please keep on, in like the feed.
I have an answer for that. But
so like Paul, so let's kind of talk about Jack. I mean, do you think Jack's going to be a one club man? I mean, a lot of people said the same thing about Zaha. He kind of moved to United. He was like supposed to be like the like the kind of next big like talent. He kind of got an England cap, but had to move back to Palace. And is kind of almost like the kind of stalwart at like Palace. And let's kind of be absolutely honest in terms of how Jack Grealish plays. He doesn't even have a position. So if we're kind of talking about like the top three or like the top floor for like clubs, could he fall into their formations and their systems?
Definitely, Jack Grealish will get a move. He's not going to stay. He's not going to be a one club player. Definitely not. There are plenty of clubs in the top 6 that are going to be rebuilding next season. So he will definitely get a move. That's for sure. I don't understand where Mr. Shades is talking. I know you just put him in there to rile us. And I understand that. It's sort of like that program, The Masked Singer, but you don't know who the singer is, and they turn around. I'm just waiting for this guy to take off the shades, and we go, "Oh, it's him." Knows nothing about football.
But the shades is part of my persona.
Welcome to the panel. I don't.
Thank you for welcoming me. I feel welcome.
But anyway, Jack Grealish definitely will get a move. I think he is a quality player. But time will tell. It's there for him to take, isn't it? He's there. There isn't really anybody else that plays like him in the England squad. So it's there for him. It's there for him to take.
Okay, and Jamal, which club would you love to see Grealish join if like there was one club in the Premiership, and why?
Yeah, trust you to give me the toughest question. I think where would it make the most sense, and what's the most likely? Probably Manchester United, because I think they would really sort of cherish him and really give him that opportunity. I think Liverpool, he'd have to really prove himself. I don't think Liverpool would be like, yes, we got Jack. Arsenal, I suppose that could somewhat fit.
What?
But,
we would get in Liverpool.
But I think, because you have to be realistic, the teams would actually purchase him, but I don't know if it'll fit at Arsenal. I definitely wouldn't fit at Manchester City, so it have to be Manchester United, really. I don't think Leicester can be able to afford someone like that, and I think they can have a good team spirit. But for me, I think it'll probably be Manchester United. I think the club will really get behind him, supporters get right behind them, and they'll give him a real chance. I know it didn't happen for Zaha per se, but complete different management. I think Oli will definitely give him that chance, and we can just really find out if he really is the real deal. I do think he would succeed there, but of all the teams that could realistically buy him, I'd probably say the Red Devils.
Okay. Just real quick. I think what is very key with Grealish is in the English media. The English media constantly ruins promising players. What the English media needs to do is relax, chill. If you put pressure and overhype, this is what I think affected people like a Wayne Rooney and so forth. Actually, the best player, quality in base of talent, the most talented player that England have had for a long time was Joe Cole. Just as England, based off England's archaic view of football, they need to know how to use Joe Cole.
You said a minute. I thought you said a minute.
Leading Man United scorer, the leading England
I thought you said a minute.
Affected Wayne Rooney. He's got Champions League.
How many goals has he scored at World Cups? How many goals in 2-3 World Cups? How many goals has he scored?
Before we go off topic, Nana, you had like something to say.
Yeah, I heard a rumor. I read somewhere actually that he has a verbal agreement with United actually from last season. If they went down, and that agreement is still in place. So I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's be real. I can't see Aston Villa really kind of going down. I think they've literally assembled really.
That was last season, and that's in place. So I'm hopeful that this summer we get him, because United at the moment, although we are having some really good patches, I think that if players like Bruno Fernandes and Rashford get injured, we will struggle horribly.
Cool.
So with somebody like Grealish in the ranks, I don't think he's ready yet still, but I think he can do a great job.
Bruno Fernandes.
All right, so guys, thank you for everyone's comments. I'm literally just trying to read a comment that's that I can read out. Okay, let's go down. So Dan Eastman says City regarding us. He says City or United regarding where Grealish we will go. Tyrone Roberts has said Grealish will be like Letizia, which is I mean, I can kind of literally see the comparisons. Definitely. But like, I think to me, Grealish has probably got a little bit more discipline, like off the pitch.
Yeah. Much better athlete as well. Letizia was not an athlete whatsoever.
Footballers back then weren't really athletes back then.
Oh, of course they were. Don't give me that.
No way.
I know there were more players who were unathletic, but
different beast.
Letizia was not an athlete whatsoever.
He was a talented footballer, but he didn't have the stuff for a fight.
Actually, T-Rex, can I ask a question for the panel? Just a quick question for the panel.
Okay, go on. Yep.
Not just because I think just we're on it. So what do you guys say was the reason for the England golden generation flopping so badly at World Cups? Don't say the manager, because that's a cop-out.
Oh, well, 2002, there's three reasons. Rivaldo, Ronaldinho. I mean, they got beat by better teams. You have to look at the. I'm not defending England at all. I don't think they need defending. That generation lost by one goal or on penalties in several competitions. It was touch and go. It could have really been different. A lot of people are disagreeing with what you're saying. A lot of what you're saying makes sense in terms of certain English players look better for the clubs because they were surrounded by elite foreign players, and I don't think that's wrong. I think you are right on that. But that golden generation, a lot of golden generations flopped. Johan Cruyff's generation flopped. They didn't win a World Cup.
They got to a final.
Some of the
they got to a final.
We still lost. So I mean, England got beat by some elite teams. It took elite teams to knock
Portugal is an elite team.
Okay, well,
Portugal an elite team?
Portugal in 2006 was elite.
Before we kind of stray away from guys, wait, hold on. Before we can,
why do you allow?
No, wait.
Are they not allowing people to answer?
No, well, you know what? Because you know what?
You shouldn't have.
Exactly. Wait, hold on, Ray. You know what? Let me kind of answer this because
it's his show now.
You know what? You know,
it's true.
If we're kind of talking about like the World Cup, and then and then we kind of come back to Jack Grealish, then you know what? That's fine. But I can see people just running away talking about different players, and you know what? We are straying away from the point. We are like kind of straying away from what I said before. Is Jack Grealish the real deal? So let me kind of go into like the comments. Luke Thomas, Beckham, Gerrard, and Lampard are all serial winners. Prem's, Champions League, FA Cup. What has Grealish achieved? Double H seemed to be contradicting himself with his statements.
Can I please respond to that? To Brice, can I respond to that?
No.
Wait, no.
I can't respond.
And then Hepburn Security said, Roberts, that was a good point. Guys, thank you so much for your comments. Let's go to the next bullet point.
Sorry, so Brice, I'm only here for 10 more minutes, and I'm going to go in about 10 minutes though.
Okay, well, you know what?
Please,
if that's the case, then literally, I will kind of literally let you talk about the next bullet point first.
Okay.
Don't take 10 minutes though.
Premier League legends, forgotten ones. So, Double H, could you kind of name me, like a Premiership legend that people wouldn't necessarily think of straight away, and why?
Can I name a few or just one?
Let's say one.
I'm gonna say it may be biased, and he's the reason why I follow Chelsea. Zola. I think that even if can I land? Thank you.
Yeah, go on then.
Thank you.
Go on.
No, because I was just hearing some moaning and groaning in the background. So, Gianfranco Zola, I just think that when you just look at the guy's ability, the kinds of things that he could do, for me, he scored one of the best goals in Premier League history. Go to YouTube, type in Zola goal against Norwich, an absolutely insane goal. And the reason why he's forgotten is because, again, this was before Abramovich, basically, which was before the money. This was when Chelsea were continually finishing sixth every single season and so forth. But he was one of those players that just stood out, basically similar to what Ravanelli and Juninho did for Middlesbrough, similar to what Asprilla was doing for Newcastle, similar to what Benito Carboni was doing for Sheffield Wednesday, where, all right, these guys are not really winning things, but they're just that. And that's what the Premier League has lost. The Premier League has lost where you see like a Ravanelli in Middlesbrough, you see like a Zola at Chelsea, you see like a Asprilla for Newcastle. The Premier League doesn't have those individual guys. It's all shoved in those 2, 3, 4 teams. You don't have that no longer as you used to have back in the 90s. But Zola for me was just a player who, ability-wise, and just what he did, how he entertained, and just the kinds of things that he could do on the ball, flipping amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, he needs to be spoken about a lot more.
Cool. And I've got one comment from Heckburn Security. Yeah, Double H, don't let these guys bully you.
Thank you. You know, don't worry. They will learn the truth. Either now or later, they will learn the truth. They will accept the truth.
And
Ray, even Ray as well. You know, Ray always agrees.
And Ray, who like is your forgotten Premier League legend?
Forgotten Premier League legend.
Don't say Gerrard.
I would have to go with, well, Heckburn Security said it in the comments. I'd have to go with Andy Cole. I think his Premier League record, his goal scoring record, I think is often overlooked. That he's second at the moment, but with no penalties, no free kicks, no goals from outside of open play. And for a player that was considered not good enough to needed too many chances, I don't think he gets in some quarters the recognition he deserves. I think Andy Cole was an amazing Premier League footballer and a goal scorer.
And again, like, you know, he was like very selfish, you know, in the box. I mean, I kind of listened to a podcast that he did, and again, probably you United fans could probably relate, where people that would like say that Andy Cole would like miss 5 or 6 chances, but on the kind of flip side, he would say, well, at least I'm getting those chances.
Yeah, he was a goal scorer. He didn't worry him. He kept scoring. He just kept going for it, and he just didn't, as Luke's just said, he didn't want to take penalties because he didn't consider them to be real goals. He wanted goals in open play. That's all he wanted. And when you consider the number, I mean, you can't knock Alan Shearer, but Alan Shearer took penalties. He took free kicks. He took everything, whereas Cole didn't take any of them. So to get that number of goals from open play only, I don't think we'll see that like again. So, yeah.
And Jamal?
It's hard to say who's actually been forgotten and, you know, what is that criteria. But I think, you know, Zola's a good shout. Andy Cole's a really good shout. I'll probably go for Michael Owen. I just think he was... when I was really young, he was kind of one of the first sort of like teenage stars. He's like the first recognizable teenage star that I really seen, and I just seen this little short kid just running past grown men. And you know, I remember being really young, watching the England-Argentina match in World Cup '98 World Cup, and Michael Owen scoring that just amazing goal. Obviously, injuries kind of hampered him from having a real super elite career. That kind of slowed him down, and then you know, obviously he then contributed to England not sort of getting over the line and you know, winning a World Cup or getting to a final. He's definitely a Premier League legend. He's kind of one of the first sort of young teenage stars, kind of like in my lifetime.
Cool. Paul Barrett.
Just funny one, but forgotten, because if he's your own player, then he's never going to be forgotten, is he? If he plays for your team, he's never going to be forgotten. So I would go And I'm not gonna, because I think Ray's pulled a good one out of the bag. I think Andy Cole. I think a lot of people don't realize how great, how clinical that guy was. I would have to say Andy Cole as well. Clinical beyond belief. Yeah, I would go with Andy Cole. I think that's a good shout.
Because I remember,
Clinical.
was it in his first season at Newcastle? As in the first season in the Premiership, like he got about, was it 40 goals?
No, was it 31? I think it was 31.
34, I think. 34, I think.
Clinical.
34 goals. 34
Clinical.
goals. Yeah, that was amazing, absolutely amazing. Nana, same question to you.
I'm gonna go against the norm and say, because all the names that have been mentioned, I don't really think they've been forgotten.
Yeah.
Zola has been forgotten. Andy Cole, no. Zola, definitely.
Nobody asked you a question, mate.
God.
I would
sign
say,
Grealish, man.
I would say
Just sign Grealish. Just make sure you sign Grealish. All right. Thank you. They say, oh, we don't need Grealish. Sign
all the names that have been mentioned, I haven't forgotten them. They are still legends right now. But two players have been club legends, maybe not Premier League legends, but for me, club legends. For Everton, London Donovan. He's arguably the best player who has ever come out of the States.
Who?
Okay. Well, okay.
What? Wait.
For me, London Donovan, the best player to come out of the States. Just 2 loan spells, but he's successful.
Wow.
And then Henrik Larsson, 2007. It sticks in my mind like yesterday.
Okay. Nana. All right. So, Landon Donovan. I can see where you're trying to go, but I mean,
it's legends, Premier League legends.
Yeah, we're like talking about like Premiership legends, but again, I just kind of want you to explain.
I could have easily said Desai, because Marcel Desai, for me, I grew up on Desai. I like the way he played, the way he tackled. His aerial duel was spectacular, But yet they are back in the day. But for me, they're not forgotten. So this question is a bit on this side, that side for me. See what I'm saying? But somebody who sticks in my mind as people would have forgotten what he did, especially Henrik Larsson in 2007, what he did for United. United had to actually get a special dispensation for him to get his Premier League medal, because he didn't even meet the required 10 games to get a Premier League medal. But they did, to give him one. That's how good he was. And for me,
the thing is, then I see where you're going, and I can hear you, but the question itself is
flawed.
The question doesn't lead itself to what you're saying, and I'm not knocking you. Landon Donovan, to me, can't be classed as a Premiership legend. I get you; he did do very well.
Yeah.
The fact that we're calling them Premiership legends, I more understood the question to be Premiership players that were legends that aren't lauded like some. So that's why I disagree with the Landon Donovan. I can see where you're going, but I disagree because I don't.
I hear that. I respect that. Yeah,
he would be a legend. But
I mean,
I blame the question more so than your answer.
Oh wow.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right. I can't even fault that.
Legend, and then forgotten. So that's why Nana's in that halfway house.
Okay.
I see where he's going.
Well, I mean, again, when I kind of think about it, I mean, like a Premiership legend who is literally forgotten is Darren Fletcher.
See, he's not a legend.
No, you know what? Like, he was like,
in my opinion, anyway, he's not a legend.
Well, I mean,
exactly. I mean, that's fun. So
what?
No, but again, let's be real. Like, Darren Fletcher was probably one of the first names on Alex Ferguson's team sheet.
No, he wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Oh, come on, like
for about a 2-year period,
He was never a
Premier League legend.
Darren Fletcher was a very important player if we had players that he needed to stop, but he wasn't the first name on our team sheet.
He would
go down the Man United route. I would say you got more of a chance saying Dennis Irwin is a forgotten legend. You've got more argument to say him rather than Darren Fletcher. Like, I think the question is, it doesn't work. To say they're a Premiership legend and then say they're forgotten You
No.
can't-
I think,
No.
I think
You
of,
see,
like,
you see,
Dennis-
you see. A
Dennis
perfect
Irwin's a
question
good
is
example.
Premier League legends who aren't, as Ray just said, Premier League legends who deserve more praise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're a legend, by logic, you can't be forgotten if you're a legend. So
Yeah.
legends who deserve more praise than
Yeah.
they already are given.
No, I as well put as Double H has put that. I do think a lot of legends can be forgotten because I mean, my dad
How
always
though?
or that I knew that anyone who played in the World Cup and had a really good World Cup, even back from 1930, he made me study all those legends because if you don't physically see them play, then you wouldn't know. You couldn't expect an 18-year-old to know about or Dennis Irwin,
Yeah, true.
any elite player, especially a defender. So that's why Dennis Irwin is probably the best shout of them all. But Zola's a good shout, Andy Cole's a good shout. You can't expect a 16-year-old to know who Andy Cole was or how great he was. You know, that's the point. Emma Heskey, a lot of these players, you know, they've retired long enough now to have been forgotten about.
Yeah. So
Maybe it's a good assessment for you, to Breeze, to rephrase your question properly next time.
Okay, all right, Nana. Okay, all right. Okay, Nana.
Okay,
All right.
so Triple
Okay.
H, it's time for you to go now. Double H,
Yeah, time is up, isn't it?
Oh yes, that's
Well,
no, guys. Can I
time's
just
up now.
can I just say that, guys, that this has been
Bye-bye.
swell. This has been amazing. And again, can I just say, it's easy, come on, relax.
Yeah, go on then.
What I'm saying is that I have a very slightly abrasive nature. It's my personality. I'm very passionate about football, and I'm very opinionated. Not opinionated. I think what I'm saying are facts. I don't do opinions. I do facts. So I just hope that you guys can just accept the facts I try and give you.
Double H, you know what? You don't have to explain yourself to no one. I don't know why you're literally explaining yourself. You should never explain yourself to anyone.
Double H bodyguard. Well said.
Very true. Very true. Very true. You don't have to.
I'm
you don't have
wondering
to
how
explain.
long it's gonna take him to get his head out of his
All
ass.
right, guys. Guys, thank you, guys. Enjoy the show. Thank you, guys. Peace.
Cheers, bro.
Let me kind of get Emeka in because Emeka's been here patiently waiting and he's going to put a couple of names in. Emeka, Premiership legends that have been forgotten.
I said Anelka for me. I think he's played with so many different teams. I think apart from West Brom, his goal scoring record at every team he went to was just disgusting. So, but I think because of his personality and because he moved around so much, like no team kind of holds him as a legend because
13 clubs, isn't it?
he was never there. Pardon?
13 clubs, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think in the Premier it was like 4 or 5. He moved around so much that you never really got that kind of status of like a club legend. But he went there, help people do things. Like when he went to Man City, he helped them do what they need to do at the time. Like Everett's gone, Chelsea got Champions League, Arsenal, like he helped us win FA Cups and stuff. So I think every pocket of fans which he's been out will be like, oh yeah, he done a good job for like the 1-2 years he was here, but he's never going to be like a club legend like a Grealish, one club. But as a Premier League legend as a whole, unbelievable.
Yeah, fair point.
Everyone.
Thank you, Emeka. Keep coming in. Let me kind of go to the comments. Luke, Thomas, Double H, football is all about opinions, and we all have them, pal. So big up, Luke, Dan, Eastman. Football is like kind of always going to be about personal opinions. Big up, Dan and Hepburn Security. Double H, you can't be too arrogant. It's like your opinion, not fact. And again, big up for Double H for literally coming in and literally getting involved. I think there was someone, actually, Dan. What do you guys think about Rule Fox about being a legend? Like, I would kind of love to get your opinions.
You know he was taking the mickey when he said that to Breeze.
Oh well, listen. You know what? I'm gonna literally throw it in. Rule Fox.
Rule Fox is not a legend.
Why not, Paul?
No.
German.
You're gonna say Titus Bramble was a legend as well.
Oh boy!
Let the show go down the pan now, man. This show was going all right. Don't start letting it go down pan.
You know what?
Mr. Eastman was making a joke about that, and you put it in as a real. Come on, man.
No, listen. Again, like football is all about opinions. And again, everyone kind of has their own opinion. Everyone kind of has their own character as well. So hey, you know what?
I don't even think Rule Fox would consider himself a legend. I think we could just move on from this one. Rule Fox, no. We could just say,
Sharpish, please.
yeah. You see, and he said it. He was
Yeah. I've just seen it now. Hey, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. So let's kind of go to the last bullet point. And again, thank you everyone that's kind of come in. Again, this like would have been good for Double H. Under and overrated players in the Prem. I just kind of want you guys just to choose one overrated and one underrated and why. And let's kind of start with Ray.
Ruben Diaz is overrated.
No shit.
Yeah.
He's overrated.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what, Ray? Before you carry on, we can have another special guest that wants to come on. Jamix, how you doing, sir? Jam,
What's going on, fellas? Good evening.
how you doing? So, what's your opinion about all of like the points that have been said so far? And yeah, we would love to get your opinion. Unhinged as well.
I just learned, to be honest. I saw the link and I've just joined literally, so I don't even know what's been going on. Sorry.
Okay, well, all right. So let's kind of test your knowledge. Okay, so can you kind of think of a kind of Premiership legend that people don't really talk about?
It sounds really fuzzy as well. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Feedback.
Yeah, we can hear you.
A Premiership legend.
Yeah.
That's been forgotten.
That's been forgotten. I don't think there's many Premiership legends, to be honest. I think there was quite crap. But especially the Man United players. But what do you think?
Name one, Jam.
I did listen like Michael Owen though, I like Michael Owen still. I used to be a Michael Owen fan.
Okay.
He was a Liverpool fan then.
Nah, never ever.
Oh. I'm just checking because I know you change teams sometimes. Before. Just checking.
It's good to change things, Ray. Good to change things.
Yeah, I hear you.
Jam, I'm taking you off the panel. Thank you for your contribution. So yeah, Ray, one underrated and one overrated.
That's a difficult one actually. Underrated. No, I'm struggling. I can't think of anyone who I would say is underrated. I think they all just need time. I think that we're in a period where everyone has a good month and then we're lauding them. I think Rodri at Man City is overrated.
Okay.
I don't think he's anywhere near as good as people make out. You see, he gets praise in certain places, but I think Fernandinho would be my underrated. I think he's a top player. I think he's proven it when Man City have needed someone to step up. He's done it. And when, he just quietly gets on about his business. I think he's a top player. So, that'd probably be my two quickly.
Okay. Paul?
Overrated. Andy Carroll.
Okay.
Underrated. Underrated. Again, that's a difficult one. Henderson 2 seasons ago. Underrated.
All right. So kind of going back to your kind of Carroll as an overrated. I mean, if he kind of stayed if he stayed injury free, he was a monster.
Okay, I know a grassroots player who is sort of like that. could be a good player if he turns up every Saturday, but doesn't. So he's underrated because it's there for you to take, but he doesn't turn up. So for you to say if he gets injured,
No. Okay,
he's
well,
had a
you know
history-
what?
He's had a history of getting injured. He's had a history of, and he's gone back to Newcastle, done nothing, doesn't even start. Overrated. I'm sorry. Football's not played that way anymore. The way Andy Carroll plays, overrated.
Okay, and then you said Henderson 2 years ago, but then that's like 2 years ago. So
Two
you know,
seasons ago.
but like you still haven't answered the question. I'm kind of talking about overrated now.
Okay, overrated now, and this is gonna be crazy, and you're gonna get some people writing in. Lloris, the Spurs goalkeeper, overrated.
That's a fair point. And why is that?
Overrated.
Why?
Not a top goalkeeper. Not a top goalkeeper. If he's just not a top goalkeeper. If you look at the top 5 top goalkeepers in the world, what they do, and then you look at Lloris, he doesn't do any of that. He doesn't. He doesn't calm a back 4 down. He doesn't command it. He can't play with his feet. He's just not a top goalkeeper. I'm sorry, and I know you're going to get people writing in. Let them come, because he's not. He's not.
Well, I mean, Tyron Roberts
you,
said, "You know what, Paul? I agree with you." And Hepburn Security said, "Paul, you are spot on."
And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. For people out there in the internet world, Tyrone and Mr. Hexburn, top quality grassroots players. Top quality, not because they play for us, but top quality grassroots players, mate. And that's no banner. That's proper talk.
You know,
Quality.
Oh boy,
the fool's ready, boy.
Quality,
Jesus
and that's
Christ.
no joke. No, I joke a lot, but I'm being honest now. They're top quality.
All right, okay. So Nana, overrated and underrated.
I'm still struggling. I think underrated, I would say Giroud.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I would say Giroud. Overrated, Wan-Bissaka.
Who?
Overrated.
Yeah. I'll get to that one.
Yeah.
I think
Underrated or overrated?
Overrated.
No, well, I mean, again, I don't think it's overrated, but I think with the price that he kind of went to United, you
exactly
would
my point.
expect
Exactly
a lot
my
more.
point. Yeah, and as a good defender, I expect you to stay on your feet to make them interceptions. I expect you to go to ground as a last ditch attempt to win the ball. If you look at Van Dijk and his class, like proper top quality class player. He reads the game well, puts himself in the right positions, and reads the game beautifully, and it makes them interceptions. He hardly ever goes to ground.
But Wan-Bissaka is a completely different type of defender to the Van Dijk.
I'm talking about defending in general.
Yeah.
As you're going down to the ground.
I think that's harsh.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka actually wants to do that. That's what he wants to do. Not actually what he has to do. He wants to.
But in terms of getting throw-ins, corner kicks against his team, there's just too many of them.
Okay.
I would want him to stand up, intercept the ball, because he's quick. He's quick. Stand, read the game well, intercept the ball, and get the game flowing again.
Oh,
because when he goes to throw in a corner kick, the pressure is still on. Yes, you've stopped that particular time.
Man United bought that knowing he does.
Exactly.
You can't say to him it's your fault when Man United knew that's what you bring to the table. I think you're right in that sense that he is overrated, in the sense of, for a £50 million player, you should be able to cross the ball. You should be able to make.
I was just coming to that. The final third is shocking.
Yeah,
I think
and
he's
in that
done
regard, but I think
if I remember, he's done one cross that's ended in the goal that's been meaningful. He can even be the first man.
Yeah,
It's
but I think
shocking.
I think you can't knock him for. And when you look at, as the comments are saying, when you look at his success rates and his tackling, I think he's top of the pile. But his style of defending isn't easy on the eye as what we want to see. You want to see a Van Dijk, a Rio Ferdinand, a Maldini who doesn't need to slide. They read the game. Wan-Bissaka's whole thing is, I want to wrap you up. I want to put that tackle in and break you in half if necessary.
Yeah, and,
but Ray,
and
look at look at Wan-Bissaka, and if you're talking about tackling, look at N'Golo Kante. Tackling masterclass, but the way he rotates the ball back into play to get his team going forward.
That's a centre midfielder, Nana. You can't.
I'm just talking about tackling in general.
Yeah, but okay. Well,
Kyle Walker.
Nana, I mean,
Kyle Walker,
he's one that's definitely overrated.
But I'm just saying about tackling alone. He gets the ball, he makes that interception, brings the ball back into play, goes forward. I would like to see Wan-Bissaka staying on his feet more, making them interceptions and restarting play.
You know what? I'm Ray. So
buy Wan-Bissaka. You wouldn't buy him because that's your asking to do something different. We all saw what Wan-Bissaka did at Crystal Palace, and as a 1v1 defender, I think you'd struggle to find a better one than him.
Yeah, and literally, I just want to kind of echo that. Again, Wan-Bissaka was kind of playing, for Crystal Palace that literally defended the majority of the time. And again, let's not get it wrong. Like Sky Sports, BBC, ITV, like they were literally applauding Wan-Bissaka's tackling. Like he was like one of like the best tacklers throughout the whole Europe. Like he was kind of literally like a throwback to like the 1980s type of fullback. So kind of literally exactly what Ray said. Like United knew exactly what they were buying in terms of tackling. But again, fullbacks have now evolved into almost wingers, and literally your kind of final ball now has to be on point.
Yep.
So I don't know if like he's actually overrated, but again, that's just kind of my own opinion.
Okay.
We have some. Okay, he's just been connected.
What about you, Fabrice? What about you? Name two.
Oh gosh. Overrated. Oh gosh. I would say Jorginho for Chelsea. I think in terms of what he kind of came to actually try and dictate play, I think he's kind of failed miserably. And like now with Lampard there now, I mean I can't see him, there any kind of much longer. In terms of underrated, I would say James Maddison, I think.
That's not underrated.
No, I mean, like no, but like, and again, like he kind of doesn't really kind of get the kind of plaudits that kind of I think he like deserves. I think well, I'm not saying Leicester City are a kind of unfashionable team right now.
Clubs looking at him right now.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I think if we're kind of talking about attacking midfielders, I don't think James Maddison would actually be one of like the first people.
He would. He's
even name
in the limited English media's mind. He'd probably be in the top 5.
I don't think so.
If you was to ask a poll to name 5 attacking midfielders in the Prem right now, James Maddison would be in that conversation.
Yeah, good player, man. Good player.
He's a player.
He's a good player. I mean, I would
just valuing him at 60, 70 million.
Yeah. United asked about him as well.
Yeah, I don't think you can call him underrated. I think, if anything, he's bordering on over.
Do you think?
Well, yeah, he's bordering on over.
He's a decent player. Don't get me wrong. But
Yeah,
I don't think he's underrated at all.
Tabriz is like Boris, man. Changes quickly. Look how he just changes
No,
mind.
no, 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 no. Literally, no, I'm literally not here to let you change my mind. I'm
just like that.
no. You know,
Wow.
nah, you know. Oh gosh, Hepburn Security says Tabriz Service says no, but you know what?
one with Jorginho.
Exactly.
You're onto a good one with Jorginho. I think the Maddison one. I think you went a bit over.
I don't know. Okay. Dan Eastman has put in Holberg at Spurs is underrated, which is okay.
Very true. He's a general.
It's true.
That's what Mourinho calls him. He calls him a general. It's a really good player.
All right. So, like, would you kind of rather have Kante or Holberg?
Kante.
Really?
Bro,
Kante's
he's a workaholic. Like, from Leicester, him and Danny Drinkwater, what they did in that Leicester squad, the work Kante did, he could run around the whole world and do some more. His interceptions, and I think he's even getting better because his transition of play, when he gets the ball and, recycles the ball back into play, changes from defense into attack really quick. And I think I think he will fit into the United squad brilliantly.
Okay.
I would take him over Matic.
Okay.
Or even Scott McTominay.
Okay. Let's get Emeka back into this stream. Overrated and underrated players. Can you name one of each?
So I went with Harry Maguire. And then that was for overrated.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I know there's United fans in here. I didn't do that on purpose. And then underrated, I said Wijnaldum. But now we speak about the whole Maddison thing. I also think Tielemans is madly underrated as well.
I will go with him.
Okay, Tielemans. No, but
I think Tielemans is better than Maddison, but he never gets any shine, and Maddison gets. But actually, Tielemans is the better player from the two.
But Tielemans does a different job than Van Maddison, though.
I know we didn't do it on position. You just said who's overrated and who's
all right. Okay.
I definitely agree with Tielemans. I'm a big fan of Tielemans.
It wasn't position based. It's just I feel like for what they do, you never hear anyone talk about Tielemans, but he's definitely I think he's the glue that holds that team together personally.
And do you think Tielemans will be kind of looking to kind of move from Leicester?
I don't know. I feel like in football, centre midfielders, there's a lot of brilliant centre midfielders, but I feel in football there's not many great number 10s and attacking midfielders. So I feel like if he wants to say it's like the Premier League, probably all the teams above him probably have better centre midfielders. Not better, but you could take out a Pogba and put in Tielemans. Are you going to see much difference? Probably not. Like just in a lot of the teams that are better than them, like Gundogan for Tielemans, it's like, why would you do it? There's no point. But I feel like with a Maddison, you can take out a number 10 in a lot of teams above, like United, for example. They're like, snap your hand off to take Maddison. So, Tielemans probably stay where he is just because there's a lot of great players ahead of him.
Okay. Tyrone Roberts has put in Yves Baswana. Basuma. Is like that the midfielder? Or is it midfielder or defender?
Midfielder from Brighton.
He's as in underrated. Okay. All right. Okay. I might have to definitely kind of check that guy out. But again, Emeka, thank you for kind of keeping with us. Actually, you know what? As a kind of neutral, let's kind of get your opinion about Double H. Should we invite him back onto the panel?
I don't know.
You need to bring Emeka on before you bring Triple H.
I think for me, I like people having opinions. I think football's about opinions, but then you can't talk about something that's subjective and then call it objective. I feel like if you're talking about stats and trophies, you can say it's fact, but when you're saying it's like an opinion, then you can't then call it fact afterwards and call everyone stupid. But he was a character. He was a character. So
okay, cool. Thank you again, Emeka. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys, have you guys got anything to say? Any kind of final comments?
Good night. God bless.
Paul.
Good night. Good night. Good night. God bless. Good debate as normal. Yeah, I look forward to the next one. A meaty subject, please. Next one, please.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say once again I enjoyed it. It was a good one. In terms of the Triple H. Double H.
No, we're renaming him as Triple H. If he comes back in, we'll play the Triple H music as well.
I would say, listen, all jokes aside, yeah, he's passionate. He chats some shit, but hey, it is what it is. It's good. It's good to have diverse opinions so that we can all share ideas. So yeah, don't kick him away.
No, 100%. Like debates need Double H. So you know what? I might have to bring him back. And that's what Hepburn Security said as well, Paul. Paul, like the person that you're praising so much, even Hepburn Security.
Then if he says it, let's bring him back. Let's bring
him
back then. But let's talk about something meaty. Something,
all right.
If you bring him back,
let's see what
take him on, please, because you were just sat there protecting him like the bodyguard.
No, you know what? Again, I'm not protecting anyone.
You have to give everybody enough time to talk then, because if you gave him like 5-10 minutes on one subject, he kept going on and on and on. Somebody's turn to talk, he asks a question and then he jumps right back in.
Listen, you know what?
Now dig into what he's saying. No, let's move on.
You know what? We had different points that we had to get through. Again, we are literally just close to 2 hours. So again, I'm like trying to be mindful of like people's time. And again, thank you for everyone that's tuned in.
Yeah, it's way past Paul's bedtime, so we might as well go.
So guys, let me just put the banner straight
be careful,
on.
Nana. The white vans outside. They're coming for you. So on the door. Get those questions straight. Get those questions straight. Date of birth.
All right.
So insurance number.
Okay. All right.
Guys.
So guys, thank you for tuning in. This is the Unhinged show, sponsored by the London FA Cup competitions and also Independent FC Vets, as part of Independent FC, who kind of really specialize in kind of getting young kids into football and also create them into pro footballers. Please click all of the descriptions. So all of that, the links that's actually in the description to actually know more about what I'm talking about regarding the sponsors. Thank you guys for watching. Watch out for the next meteor episode. This is Tabrice from the Unhinged Amateur Footballer. I bid you guys a good night.